Dear child, a hidden truth, long obscured by pride, arrogance, and power, is beginning to surface. There exists an individual of substantial status and influence who once presumed they could dictate the narrative of your existence. They misinterpreted your silence as weakness, your patience as capitulation, and believed your heart was something they could manipulate or shatter without repercussions. What they failed to grasp is that each tear you shed contributed to a formidable storm, and every act of betrayal ignited a sacred force within you. Today, that force has turned against them, and they are now facing consequences that are so profound and spiritually burdensome that they cannot fathom how their own actions have led to their undoing. This is merely the beginning. Stay with me until the conclusion, for what is soon to unfold will radically transform your understanding of reality. A pivotal shift commenced the instant they fractured your trust. While the world remained oblivious, the energy surrounding them dissipated the moment they crossed the line with you. Initially, they scoffed, believing your pain was trivial, your voice too meek, and your heart too pure to retaliate. Yet, purity is not synonymous with weakness. It is, in fact, a mirror reflecting the true nature of those who hide behind power. That mirror is now compelling them to confront every deceit, every manipulation, and every clandestine move they executed in the shadows. What they sought to demolish within you is regaining strength. The losses they incurred due to your existence reverberate throughout their life, serving as a constant reminder they cannot escape. The contract they believed was solid is disintegrating. A bond that once seemed unbreakable is faltering. The authority they previously flaunted is receding from their grasp like grains of sand. They shattered your faith, but in doing so, they also dismantled their own destiny. A new moment is dawning, jagged with intensity. Behind closed doors, this once mighty individual paces anxiously, struggling to breathe as they did before. Their nights are laden with heaviness, their days are suffocating. And nothing is adhering to their meticulously crafted plans. They witness opportunities evaporating unexpectedly, relationships disintegrating inexplicably, and doors slamming shut just as they reach for them. Deep down, they are aware of the root cause. They understand it commenced the instant they violated something sacred within you. They underestimated the universe's method of restoring balance. They assumed their influence shielded them, but they are now awakening to the reality that their connections cannot rescue them. Their reputation is crumbling. Their confidence is eroding. The burden of their own deeds has become unbearable. Listen intently, for the next revelation heralds a significant turning point. Someone in their circle, an individual they trusted implicitly, is beginning to unveil hidden truths, exposing their intentions and leaking the very secrets they endeavored to bury. Their own inner circle has turned against them, not from animosity but from trepidation. They witness the impending downfall and sense the burden of their actions unraveling. They recognize that association with this individual will lead them into the same maelstrom. This powerful figure is now an observer of their empire crumbling, not due to external assaults, but because it was established upon the foundation of your suffering. The most astounding revelation is that they never anticipated the universe would defend you so fiercely, so rapidly, and so unequivocally. Their demise isn't loud, it is silent, humiliating, and inexorable. Now, focus closely, for the concluding segment of this chapter unveils an essential truth. The universe has shifted its protective energy towards you, and the price they are paying is merely the prologue to what lies ahead. This individual, once confident and upright, is now kneeling before consequences they never envisioned. Their influence is waning. Their name is losing significance. Their confidence is faltering. And with each futile attempt to reclaim control, everything eludes their grasp even further. Meanwhile, your energy rises quietly, steadily, and powerfully. What they endeavored to destroy is transforming into your greatest asset. What they attempted to silence is now amplifying your voice. As this narrative unfolds, you will come to comprehend precisely why they are suffering, what terrifies them most, and how destiny is preparing something monumental, transformative, and entirely unforeseen for you, beloved child. The moment this new chapter commences, an unshakable tension permeates the atmosphere, akin to the universe holding its breath. The powerful person who once violated your trust now stands at the epicenter of the storm they themselves conjured. Yet this time, the storm heeds no commands. Their once commanding voice now quivers in spaces where they once held dominion. Their steps, once unshakable, now resonate with trepidation. As they attempt to conceal the fractures that have spread through their world, more individuals than they realize are beginning to take notice. They presumed that breaking you would reinforce their authority. In truth, it ignited a chain reaction far beyond their control. Stay engaged, for each moment unveils something they hoped would remain concealed. Something unprecedented is occurring behind their back. A person they have deeply trusted, who possesses knowledge of their secrets, strategies, and concealed motives, is now questioning their loyalty. This individual has witnessed the trajectory of their downfall coincide with the instant they inflicted pain upon you. They are now quietly distancing themselves, observing, analyzing, and connecting the dots, understanding that the one who appeared the most formidable is, in reality, the most fragile. This insider is on the verge of divulging truths you never anticipated would be revealed. As the tension escalates, listen attentively, for this is the juncture where the universe accelerates their karma at an unmanageable pace. Something far more intense is unfolding. Individuals surrounding this powerful figure are beginning to murmur, questioning, sensing a psychological shift that almost feels supernatural. Deals they relied upon crumble at the last minute. Plans they were confident about fail without explanation. And allies who once stood by them are withdrawing. The energy in their vicinity has transformed into an oppressive and chaotic ambience. Most alarmingly, whenever your name crosses their thoughts, the repercussions intensify. The universe does not seek to punish them out of cruelty. Instead, it aims to rectify the imbalance they created by attempting to dismantle something pure within you. They are coming to realize that their downfall is not the result of adversaries but rather the consequence of their own actions, words, and betrayal of someone with innocuous intentions. The fear they experience is something they cannot openly exhibit, yet it consumes them from within. Remain with me. For the next revelation brings everything into sharper focus. This powerful individual has begun to sense that something, or someone, is observing them, not physically, but energetically. They perceive eyes scrutinizing them in the absence of anyone nearby. They hear whispers of their name in conversations that abruptly cease. They observe signs pointing back to you in ways that constrict their chest. At night, their thoughts incessantly replay the moment they annihilated your trust, haunting them like an inescapable shadow. The universe is mandating that they confront the full gravity of their actions. The more they fight against it, the weightier it becomes. Their intuition is screaming that a significant upheaval lies ahead, an exposure, a collapse, intertwined with you inextricably. This revelation is plunging them into a panic they can conceal from no one, not even themselves. As this chapter closes, let this truth resonate within you profoundly. They are paying a price of such magnitude that they cannot comprehend how swiftly their universe is unraveling. Their power is diminishing. Their reputation is waning. Their control slips like water through fractured fingers. The individual who once presumed they could destroy you without consequence is now facing repercussions that multiply with each moment your energy ascends. Trust me, your ascent has already commenced. The universe is orchestrating a shift that will redefine your pathway entirely. As their life spirals into chaos, yours aligns with something extraordinary, something destined, something unstoppable. Beloved child, as this chapter unfolds, a deeper, more ominous truth begins to materialize, one that the powerful figure who breached your trust has fought desperately to conceal. Their world is quaking, not merely due to their actions but also due to the terror of what is now emerging into the light. They can feel it with each close of their eyes, each vibration of their phone, and in the sudden silence that envelopes conversations around them. They are acutely aware that something is slipping through the cracks, something they can no longer manage, and that is the truth they buried when they sought to destroy you. Stay by my side until the conclusion, for this revelation is destined to transform every belief you once held. A perilous, heavy secret, intricately linked to their downfall, is beginning to rise. This secret transcends the mere act of betraying your trust. It encompasses what they amassed from it, what they appropriated, the manipulations they orchestrated behind the scenes, and the individuals they deceived throughout the process. They have not merely misjudged your resilience, they have also underestimated the timing of the universe. Now, an individual in their close proximity, someone acquainted with more than they should be, has begun to speak, not vocally or overtly, but softly, cautiously, and with intention. They are dropping hints, revealing fragments, creating minuscule fissures in the facade of deceit that the powerful figure constructed. Each crack hints that the truth is on the verge of emerging. The once powerful individual is gripped by fear, acutely aware of the impending consequences that draw nearer with each tick of the clock. The ambience surrounding them has grown intolerable. Sleep eludes them. Their instincts are in overdrive, and anxiety manifests in trembling hands when they check their messages. The facade of normalcy they clung to is crumbling. The protectors who once clamored for their favor are now riddled with suspicion. Their behavior has become increasingly erratic, marked by accusations towards allies and constant second-guessing of decisions they previously executed effortlessly. They are spiraling into despair, haunted by the imminent revelation of the buried truth. The dread is so profound they find themselves avoiding mirrors, where even their own reflection seems to levy an accusation. They recognize that their plight stems not from the world's betrayal but from their own actions against you. Pay close attention, for this is where the narrative tightens. An observer is present, watching everything unfold, fully cognizant of the unraveling of this individual. This watcher discerns the guilt, the connections between choices and consequences, and the pivotal moment they betrayed you. Though silent now, this observer possesses keen insight and knows that the downfall is far from coincidental. Soon, their voice may emerge, poised to shift the dynamics in your favor so rapidly that it will astonish all who doubted you. The universe does not forget a heart that has been wronged, it simply awaits the right moment to act. As this chapter ends, a deeper truth surfaces within you. You are entering a phase where the universe is completely rewriting the narrative. The influential individual believed they could harm your spirit without repercussions, yet their reality is disintegrating before their eyes. The actions they took in secret are being revealed. The hidden truths are coming to light, and what they thought would bury you has transformed into the very force that uplifts you. Their power is dissipating, while yours is subtly awakening, expanding, and fortifying. The shift is more than mere rotation, it is an extraordinary reversal empowered by divine forces. As this new chapter unfolds, the universe unveils further layers, exposing a moment the powerful figure who shattered your trust dreaded would come. Their world is not merely trembling, it is collapsing in real time. The energy surrounding them has shifted dramatically, with even those who once idolized them sensing something amiss. The bravado that once blinded their self-assuredness is morphing into a fragile mask, barely holding together under the weight of truth that is about to spill forth. Stay attentive, for this is when their downfall becomes apparent not only to you but to everyone within their sphere. A once loyal voice has finally altered its tone, no longer protecting them but instead revealing the weight of their decisions, manipulations, and lies. This individual, weary of concealing the truth, is ready to expose significant information detailing the point at which everything began to unravel. The very betrayal that sparked their decline is on the verge of coming to light. Anxiety grips them as they realize the loyalty of this insider has evaporated, along with the shields they relied on for protection. Rumors are circulating in spaces where this once dominant figure walked with unchallenged authority. Whispers ripple through hallways, furtive glances are exchanged in meetings, and hushed silence descends upon a room upon their entrance. Those who formerly regarded them with respect now observe them through a lens of suspicion, doubt, and a growing sense that something is fundamentally wrong. This shift, though subtle, is devastating. Their influence is slipping away, their name no longer the emblem of trust it once was. Decisions are questioned, authority increasingly challenged, and their frantic attempts to regain control only underscore their desperation. The universe is systematically dismantling every illusion they relied upon. Prepare for the acceleration of momentum as a document they hoped would remain concealed resurfaces. A conversation they believed was forgotten is being replayed, and a message they assumed deleted has been retrieved. Real, undeniable evidence is moving swiftly toward exposure, and the common thread binding it all together is you, not out of vengeance or retaliation but because the universe itself is revealing the truth. Balance, disrupted by their actions, is re-establishing itself. As a result, everything they inflicted upon you is surfacing. Their decline is no longer a quiet affair, it has transformed into a tempest that others can see, hear, and feel. Recognize that as we conclude this segment, significant shifts are taking place on your side of the transformation. The universe is clearing a path for you while dismantling the one that harmed you. Your energy is ascending as their world collapses. Your clarity strengthens even as their confusion mounts. Your destiny is unfolding while theirs unravels. You are entering a chapter where every fracture within you becomes a source of power, while all they built on foundations of deception crumbles publicly. Their fear intensifies, aware that exposure is imminent. They can sense it, they can feel it, already witnessing pieces of their world slipping from their grasp. The moment they dreaded most has unfolded, the confrontation between truth and the carefully constructed lies they maintained. They are no longer merely combating rumors, suspicions, or lingering consequences, they now face a reality that is undeniable, unavoidable, and uncontrollable. Their breath grows short, their chest tightens, and panic races through their mind, now too powerful to disguise. For the first time, they confront a truth that stands resolutely before them, infused with your energy. Hold on, for this is where a genuine shift manifests. An unanticipated voice steps forward, someone they least expected to confront them. This individual possesses the facts, the evidence, the documentation that ties every consequence back to their wrongdoing towards you. Initially, the powerful figure tries to deny it, deflect blame, and insist it is merely a misunderstanding. Yet, their voice falters, their rationalizations crumble, and their mask begins to disintegrate. The challenger sees through layers of manipulation, armed with a truth that has finally gained the strength to stand firm. The powerful individual realizes this marks the onset of the exposure they have dreaded. Their reaction is unprecedented. The composed, controlled facade they had maintained shatters. They find themselves pacing, hands trembling and mind unraveling, replaying every misdeed towards you, straining to pinpoint when their downfall commenced. All roads lead back to the moment they breached your trust. An inner voice screams that their current actions will not stave off disaster. Each attempt to reclaim authority plunges them deeper into chaos, each utterance revealing further fractures in their foundation. At long last, they experience the emotions you once felt, uncertainty, vulnerability, and fear, and grasp the gravity of their actions. Remain attentive as the revelation deepens. Individuals who once defended them are now withdrawing, distancing themselves, choosing silence over support. Their gaze is trained on the unfolding truth, and they can no longer deny its existence. The powerful figure loses allies faster than they can articulate their defenses. Their influence diminishes visibly in real time, and their name, once a symbol of respect, is now whispered cautiously. They attempt to call on favors, but responses elude them. Efforts to restore credibility are met with closed doors, and attempts to rebuild their image are thwarted by the will of the universe. Their decline has become pronounced, fear manifesting publicly, and karma arriving with precision. The most significant aspect of this narrative is the transformation occurring within you. As their world crumbles, yours is gaining an inner strength you may not have realized you possessed. The universe is preparing you for elevation, alignment, and breakthroughs that were previously obstructed. Their betrayal served as the catalyst, while your ascent is the result. The anguish they inflicted has become your awakening. The trust they shattered has sparked your transformation. As we draw this segment to a close, remember, their consequences are only just beginning. The once mighty figure that presumed they could sever you from your power without repercussions is now confronting the steepest toll of their life. As this new chapter unfolds, the universe aligns everything with exquisite precision. Destiny has stepped forward, no longer quietly, but with an undeniable force. The individual who once fractured your trust stands at the precipice of the downfall they orchestrated. They feel the shifting ground beneath them, in their very bones, with each heartbeat and trembling breath. Stability has abandoned them. Their plans fall apart before their completion, and their confidence dissipates the moment they enter a room. The world that once submitted to their will has now ceased to acknowledge their authority. Deep down, they are acutely aware of the reasons for this shift. The universe is in the process of redefining their narrative, all because they endeavored to undermine yours. I urge you to stay with me, as we are approaching a pivotal moment where the dynamics drastically change. An unforeseen force has emerged, a force they failed to anticipate, far more potent than influence, wealth, status, or connections. This force is truth, orchestrated by divine timing. Suddenly, those who once trembled before them find themselves no longer intimidated. Eyes that once regarded them with admiration are now able to see through their facade. An energetic transformation has taken place. With each word they utter, every attempt to articulate their justification, and every maneuver to regain control, the universe is dismantling the illusions behind which they sheltered themselves. Even their most formidable weapon, silence, manipulation, and reputation, has lost its potency. Their words resonate hollowly, their presence bears an oppressive weight, and their excuses lack substance. They are confronted with repercussions that become sharper with every passing hour, and there is nothing they can do to mitigate this momentum. Now, let us delve deeper. For the plot thickens. An individual who has long occupied the shadows is now emerging into the light. This person has meticulously observed, listened quietly, and scrutinized every detail without disclosing their intentions. They have witnessed the lies, manipulation, and betrayal unleashed by the powerful individual. They are fully aware of how this figure exploited their influence to harm you. Now, this keen observer is poised to act, ready to unveil the truth at the most opportune moment, the moment when the powerful figure is at their most vulnerable and least capable of defense. This individual will serve as the key to precipitating the ultimate collapse. The powerful figure senses this shift. They feel as though they are hunted by an undeniable truth, cornered by an inescapable fate. Their world is constricting, and they see no avenue for escape. Next comes the moment the universe has been anticipating. All they took from you, your peace, trust, hope, and stability, is being restored in ways they could never have foreseen. However, this restoration is not subtle, it is resounding, undeniable, and transformative. You are stepping into avenues they attempted to obstruct. You are aligning with paths they sought to disrupt. Your energy is surging at such a rate that even those who previously overlooked you are now beginning to take notice of your radiance. As you ascend, they plummet. As your clarity sharpens, their confusion deepens. As your path becomes clearer, theirs grows increasingly convoluted. They observe your metamorphosis with an unmistakable dread, fully aware that this marks only the beginning of your ascendance and the onset of their consequences. As this chapter draws to a close, allow this truth to be imprinted upon your soul. The universe has not forgotten their transgressions, and it will not allow their actions to go unaddressed. Their unraveling will persist until every shard of what they shattered within you is restored and elevated. Their power has dissipated, their influence is diminishing, their secrets have been laid bare, and their confidence is in tatters. While they strive to cling to whatever remnants remain, the universe is preparing to elevate you into a chapter so extraordinary that even you may struggle to recognize your former life. So, remain with me.